Hey guys, how's it going? OTAKU Mike here, back again with another manga video for you guys today. We're doing a manga first impressions today. If you're new to the channel, you like the content that I create, go subscribe, hit that like button, comment down below. Don't forget to go check out my featured channels listings for other cool manga tubers. Without further ado, let's get into this manga first impression. So what are we talking about today? We are talking about Shuzo Oshimi. I almost butchered that name. We're talking about volume 1 of his sort of new manga, Blood on the Tracks. What is this manga about? Well, this manga is about a young boy named Seiichi. And Seiichi is just a normal boy. He lives with his mom and his dad. His mom, little overprotective. Just saying. He spends a lot of time with his mom. A lot of time. Some might say an uncomfortable amount of time. He's just a normal kid doing normal kid stuff. Has decent grades. Has a crush on a girl. Has a couple of friends. Has a cousin named Seiichi who likes to spend time with I totally messed up his name, Seiichi. They're kind of close as well. Seiichi kind of jokes around with Sei, and he's like, "Oh, your mom's overprotective. Oh, your mom's a helicopter parent. Blah blah blah." But, they like to spend a lot of time together. Cousins will do that, joke around and stuff like that. And Sei's like, yeah, okay, I guess you're right. I don't know exactly. But our story picks up after that. The family decides to go on vacation, go hiking with the grandparents, the aunts, cousins, uncles, stuff like that. They go on a vacation. It's very nice. I guess it's like a park or a national type of park, hiking and whatnot. Seiichi decides to play a joke on Sei and pushes him, and Sayaka runs up and grabs Sei and it is like trying to save him basically, and all the family basically laugh at Sayaka, and they're like, "Oh, you're overprotective. You don't have to be like that. Come on, it's just fun kid stuff kind of thing, you know." Well, when they're taking their break with the family eating their lunch, Seiichi and Sei decide to go off and take a pee break. They go off on a little adventure and whatnot. Seiichi decides to goof around and play on a cliff because that's what kids do. Kids go around and play on a cliff. Because that's a smart thing, obviously it's not a smart thing. And Seiichi's like, "Hey, come on, Sei, come on, let's go look at this cool view on the cliff, and he's like, "No, I'm not gonna do that. You're just gonna try and trick me and try to push me and make me fall." And he's like, no, I'm not. And that's when Sayaka shows up, and she's like, "Hey guys, what are you doing? What are you doing?" They're like, "Oh, just looking at this cliff." And she's like, "Hey, get away from there, Seiichi. Get away from that cliff. You better get away from there." And she's like, "Oh no, I don't, blah, 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 blah. He's like, "I don't have to listen to you. Come on, just messing around." He kind of slips, and Sayaka goes to grab Seiichi. Apparently, Seiichi was just joking around. And he, kind of mouths off to Sayaka. And he's like, "Come on, auntie. You're a little too protective. Come on, get with the program," type of thing. And she's like, "Okay." She pushes this kid off of this cliff. Just pushes him off the cliff. While Sei is sitting there watching from behind in utter shock and horror that his mom just basically murdered his cousin. And this is where the manga really gets interesting. Honestly, the first half of this manga It was okay. But yeah, like I said, the first part of this manga was okay. I feel like things start to really change when Sayaka decides to murder her nephew, um, out of reasons I don't exactly know why. She tries to cover it up, and Sei is an accomplice to this. And yeah, that's where things start to take a turn in the story-wise. I glossed over a couple things here and there. But where is this gonna go? Holy shit! For a Shuzo Oshimi work, this is my first one that I actually read. I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it started to pick up later on in the second half of this manga. It'll be interesting to see how our characters deal with this situation of Sayaka might not 100% be there up in the brain, and how is Sei and the family going to deal with this? Because she basically covers it up and says, I tried to save Seiichi. I tried my best to save him. But at the end of this manga, they're trying to save Seiichi. And I'm pretty sure maybe Seiichi's either dead or alive. I 100% don't know. But obviously, Sayaka has something mentally wrong with her. She's very, very overprotective with Sei, and she always wants to be around him and whatnot, and comfort him, and this and that. She's the antithesis of what we call a helicopter parent. Just saying. But it was really interesting. One thing, as a truck passes by, I hope you can hear that truck. One thing that the mangaka really does well is shows expressions on the characters' faces. Seeing the expression of total embarrassment when Sei's mom tries to save Sei from Seiichi. It's written all over his face. He is so embarrassed that this happened in front of him. And when you're seeing her, like, terrified look on her face, like, no, like, oh my god, like, don't hurt my child. Don't hurt my child. It'll be interesting to see where exactly this goes, story-wise. I felt like there were a couple of pacing problems in the beginning of this book, but that might just be me and not the author, because I'm not used to the author's writing and stuff like that. But this book's strong suit definitely is the artwork in it. The artwork is just breathtaking and amazing, and the artist or the manga creator had to do was just convey a look or an expression on that person's face. No dialogue was needed to convey like what they were thinking and stuff like that. And I really, really like that. It reminded me a lot of that manga called Gone, which is about a dinosaur and there's no words in it. I feel like the author tells this story very well without dialogue in certain points. Because there's parts of this book where it's just them walking or, and doing things without any words whatsoever, which I thought was very well. The art is breathtaking and amazing. The backgrounds are awesome. My only complaint, to be honest, I guess one of my complaints, I wish it was all in color, because this guy's art style in color is drop dead gorgeous. I mean, his art style is really good in the black and white, but man, it pops when it's in color. Like, that's just my personal opinion in what I personally think. This is going to be a really interesting series to continue. I know that it's pretty big. A lot of people really like his work. This is the first one I read of his. I'm interested to see what Sayaka's deal is. Is Seiichi alive? What's going to happen with Sei? But This was a pretty fun read. It's a pretty fast read, too. It didn't take me as long as most manga to finish. I breezed through it in maybe like 25 minutes. There isn't that much dialogue in the book. You know, there's not a lot of exposition dumps in this book. There's actually no exposition dumps in this book, you know. But yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting book on, you know, I guess parenting and kids. I really don't know how to explain it, but yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out. Hope Seiichi's alive. Just saying. So that'd be horrible if they killed him.